So I forgot to mention in my previous video, one other downside to the APS format is that you can't open the camera bag to clean the inside of the the lens with a dust blower or anything like that, because they're all completely sealed. So the only thing we can access is the compartment to drop the film cartridge in, as I've explained. And as we can see at the end, there are a series of conductive pins that sort of come in contact with the various pieces of conductive material here. So I'm not sure at this point in time what they actually do, but my guess is it's got something to do with reading the state of the film or something like that. I'm quite sure the ISO and all that are encoded on the magnetic strip. But anyway, this is my very first time using an APS camera. So I just loaded a battery in, I've set the date and time. So when I pressed some of these buttons, they don't seem to do anything. But maybe that's because we haven't taken a shot. So let's give this a go. So very first time, I'm going to set the aspect ratio to H for HD TV. And let's just see what happens. So once again, I've got a sort of brand new Sainsbury's roll, 200 ISO, and the Y indicator is at 1, which means it's fully unexposed. So let's pop it in. Okay, it doesn't actually lock in place, but that's all right. So we're just hearing the camera spool the film out of the cartridge, and it tells us the number of, I suppose that's a count up counter. So it's at 1, and I believe there is a way to check the ISO. There we go. So by holding the flash button down while the camera is turned off, it tells us the ISO and the number of shots in the film cartridge, So 25. So now if we do that, it's just charging the flash, and now that icon there, the film icon, tells us that there is a film loaded. Now the flash is charged, so you can see what I was saying about why this camera is slightly bulky, because it's got quite a number of elements in the lens. Anyway, I'm just going to take a shot that's probably going to waste the film, and let's see what happens. Yeah, so just before doing that, actually, let me see if I can set the title. So that doesn't do anything. Date button doesn't do anything. Right, so let me take a picture of something. Yeah, let's just take a picture of this. Okay. So that bit where the film advance is actually quite quick and quite silent compared to a 35mm film roll. So now it's gone to number 2. Once again, the title and date buttons don't seem to do anything. So I need to read the manual, because it could be that the buttons are faulty, but we'll find out soon. Oh, there you go. Title, date, J1. So I think, okay, so what this is if I think we can advance the title here. No? Okay, title J2, title date J2. So I think this is where we select the title. So the camera has a list of prefix titles, as I mentioned previously, like maybe happy birthday and I love you or whatever, and whatever you select there gets written to the film, magnetically, of course, digitally, and that presumably allows us to change the film format. Okay, right. I think the most important thing now is to find out what happens when we eject a partially exposed roll of film, which is what we have now. So I press that mid-roll rewind sort of button. You can hear it reeling the film back into the cartridge. Okay. Now that icon is flashing, so I believe it's telling us that we can remove the roll of film, and as we can see, rightly so, it's moved the indicator to number 2. And this bit has also sort of turned around, hasn't it? So that maybe that shorts out some pins and tells the camera that it's partially exposed. But anyway, this is the bit where I was saying the cheaper cameras can't handle partially exposed rolls of film. So this is what we have now. So if I put it back in, let's see what happens. So I think the lower end models will probably throw an error at this point, but this one seems to work. There you go, it goes back to number 2 again, so it knows exactly where to stop. Yep, alright, thanks for watching.